Okay, so guys, this is session 4 for Java. So the topic for today's session, as I had already described the topic, it's mostly based on string. How do you use string builder and how do you use string format? And apart from that, we'll have a glance of inheritance and how do we use the extends keyword and super keyword in Java. Okay, so let's get quickly started. So yesterday we saw these many classes, animal, data types. So these were the previous sessions. Now let's create a new class. Okay, I'll say, so the current topic is string. So let's say I want to learn string test or something. Okay, so we'll start with string. So now, how do you, let's have a main method. Okay, so how do you define a string if you want to create a variable of string? So how do you create a variable? You say string and then you say text. Okay. If you want to assign any value, you can say string text equals to null. Now, if you want to keep on appending something on this particular string, like there was one example wherein I had given you some of the people puzzle how to solve something related to string, or it was something related to reverse. So one of the way to append into any string is you can use text plus equals to, and you can say my. Okay. Now let's just try to print out text. Let's just print this. So it's saying you my. Okay. So what we have done is we have declared a text. We have declared a string. The variable name is text, and we are appending my into this particular text. Okay. So guys, if you don't use this plus equals to, right? If you say now, if I say text equals to name. Okay. Now when I print this, it's printing name, right? So basically, earlier it was null. Then I have assigned. This is an append. People are doing. This is appending, right? So what I did is I appended this particular text my into my main string text. Okay. So now the value of text is my. After that, what I did is I assigned the text name to this particular variable. So now text has name. But if I do this text plus equals to name, so this is more of a appending, right? Now if I say it's my name, okay, let's give some space, readable format. So it's saying my name. So if you want to build a string, right, something like this, you can directly give it over here as well. Okay, my name. But let's assume if you want to append something, we can do it this way. This usually people don't follow this because there is one concept about string is that strings are immutable in Java. Okay, strings are let me write over here. So when you declare a variable string, so strings are immutable in Java. So basically, you cannot change the value of string. It cannot be modified. So if you see this statement, right, we are actually modifying, right? But exactly what's happening is when you say text plus equals to this, we are actually creating a new string, my, and we are assigning that value to this particular text. Okay. In a similar pattern, when I say name, we are again creating a new string, and then we are assigning the combination of these two values to this string. So each time a new string is getting created and multiple strings are getting invoked, and the values of those particular, these are all interim strings, right? Multiple strings are getting created and those values are getting assigned to your main string text. So in order to achieve a better way, right? This is an inefficient code which we have written. Okay. So in order to achieve a better code, what can we use? We can use an inbuilt class, that is string builder. Okay. We have one string builder class. Okay, so I'll say string builder SB equals to new. Let's say, new string builder. Let's say it's an, so let's say it's an empty string. Okay, we are doing the same thing, right? The above thing which we have done, we are doing the same thing. So what I'll say is, one second, people are doing it. Okay, so what I'll do is, I'll say SB dot. Let's see what it's giving you append, right? is giving you a method. It already has a method append. And here you can specify any string. If you have a variable, you can specify the variable, or you can say my. Okay. So now when I say this is SB dot, so this is a string builder, right? So SB dot append. So what it is returning you, try to get the method from the Java, take the help of Java, this thing, this description over here gives you an help. This is returning you a string builder, right? So what you can do is you can use this string builder and you can convert two string. We saw this, right? Two string. If you want to convert anything into string, you can use the toString inbuilt method from string class. Now, when I say, okay, I have already printed. Okay, so let's say my. So it is printing my. Okay, you can also do. There are various ways. What you can do is you can say SB dot toString, and then you can save this into a variable text new. Okay, and then instead of passing all this stuff over here, I will say text new. Okay, so it will print my. So either you can save this variable or you can directly print it on the console. Okay, so let's say that we are printing. So there are two ways you can use any. Okay, guys. So if you want to append more stuff into this, right? So I'll say SB dot append, and I'll say my name. Oh, sorry, it has to be over here. My name. Now if I print, I'll say SB dot toString. Sorry. So I'll say SB dot toString. Okay. Now when I print it, it will say my name. So we are doing the same stuff again, but this is using this plus equals to operator, and it's an inefficient way because we are each and every time we are creating a string, and here we are directly appending that particular string using string builder, which is a class directly available in Java. So this is the use of string builder. Now, if you see, we can, one second, there will be more people. Okay. So now, this was more of string builder. So whenever you want to play around with string, right? So you can use this string builder, which is an efficient way of dealing with string. Now we can see format. I would say it's more of a string format. Right? So how do you use formatting on a particular string? Okay. So now let's say I want to print something. So this is text, and then I'll say /t. Let's see what happens. Okay, this is a text. So this is a print line, and we also have a function called as printf. Now, one second, let me see. So for formatting, we have you can use. Let's say I'll use printf. Now let's see what it's saying. Is that our print is not applicable for the argument 0. Okay, so you'll have to pass some arguments. So I'll say, so in printf, let's say if you have a specific number. There are other ways also, right? You can print directly using the way we used to do over here. Like this is a number, and then you can print the value of this particular number. Let's say I'll say integer number is equals to 10. Okay, and I'll say here number. Okay, so when I print this, let's say this is the number 10, right? And other method of doing this is, what I'll say is, I'll say, okay, this is a number, and I would say I want to print a number over here, right? So I'll say %d. Okay, I'll say %d, and then I'll specify number. Let's see what it is printing. It's printing the same thing, right? This is a number, and this is a number 10. This is a number 10. Same. So there are two ways. One is using print line, and then you can use this plus operator. And the other way is you can format. Okay, you can use string format, and within that particular format, you can pass. If you pass directly number over here, let's pass 100 for a differentiation. That is also fine. Okay. What added advantage we have? Now let's assume you want to give some, okay, let's say you want to print, let the number be something like this, 100.25. Okay, let's see. So it's printing, see, it's giving you an exception in thread because we have defined %d. Now %d is for a numeric value, right? For an integer value. And here we have defined 100.25. So %d won't be able to handle this particular value. So how do you handle this particular value? You can say %f. This is a floating value, right? So %d and %f. Okay. So now if I say %f, it's saying 100.25. Now it's printing 100.25 and some 000 over there, right? So that is a floating point value. So for floating, you have to use %f. And if there is a number without any floating, you can use directly %d. In a similar fashion for your practice, you can use, no, I won't directly tell, but if you want to print character, then you have to identify what can be used in terms of %d and %f. And if you want to print double, what can be used. Okay, so you have to do it on your own stuff. If you want to, okay, I'll show you for string. Okay, so I'll show you for string. So let's say if I want to print something. So this is, I'll say variable text. Okay, I'll say %. And then I'll say variable. Okay, so this is a string, so I'll have to pass over here, right? So, okay, I'll have to use format, right? I'm doing the formatting. This is a %. And variable. So this is variable. So again, guys, this printf doesn't give you a feature of /n, so you'll have to use /n, or you can use /t as well. This is variable. So can you see this was printed from the quotes which we have given, and then we gave %s, right? So what it will do is it will, after this comma, it will search for a variable. It will search for an argument, you can say. It will search for a parameter. Whatever the value we have provided in this particular parameter will be printed in place of %s. Okay. So let's assume if I want to say my name is Ajay Mishra, and let's say if I want to print using a method, right? So I'll say /n, and I don't want to give my value directly over here, right? Let's assume that my particular value, this Ajay very text, is stored in some another variable. So either you, first let's see the direct method. Okay, so let's say my name is, I'll say %s, okay, and then I'll say Ajay. Okay, let's see this one. Okay, let me do this thing. Every time I don't have to switch. So this would be more clear and easier for you. So my name is Ajay, right? Now I want to print my name is Ajay space Mishra, something like that. Okay, so I'll say %s, and again I'll say %s. Okay, so now it will expect two parameters. So I'll say Mishra. Oh, sorry, I'll have to use in double quotes Mishra. Let's see if this is printing. My name is Ajay space Mishra. This is clear, guys. So using printf. Other way is, what I can do is I can say string name is equals to, I'll say Ajay, okay, and then I'll say string surname is equals to, I'll write Mishra. Okay, so instead of passing, I'll delete this. I'll say I'll pass name, and I'll pass I'll pass surname. Okay, if I print this, same, right? My name is Ajay Mishra. And if I want to use some tabbing between this, I'll say /t. So there is a tab, right? /t is for tab. So Ajay, print Ajay. So print this %s. This %s is name, and the value of name is Ajay. So it will print this. It will give a tab, and then again it will print. Use the %s. It will go here. It will check. Okay, see, this is a surname. This is a variable. So it will go here and it will get a text for this particular variable. If I pass surname into double quotes, guys, if I pass surname in double quotes, see what it's printing. It will print Ajay tab surname, because we are given in double quotes. So it's assuming this is directly a string. This is directly a value. So it will print. This is not a variable. And if you pass without double quotes, it will say, okay, fine, this is a variable, and it will go and get the value of this particular variable and then print that. So this was something for string builder and string format. In builder, guys, there are some other features as well which you can have, like there are spacing also available in builder. So let's say if I want to print, one second. Okay. So let's say if I want to print some number. Okay. So let's say, so yesterday we saw, right, looping. So we saw how do you use loops for loop. So say, let's say I'll say 20, right? I want to print number from 1 to 20 and I'll say I plus plus. Okay. Now I'll say print f. Okay. I'll give system.out.print f and then I will say, let's have some text and number. Okay. I'll print here some text. Let's say this is some text. Okay. And I'll print, let's say print here %d. %d is for your number, and let's say text. And here I'll pass, let's say value of I. Let's see what is printing. Okay, so it's printing text 1, text 2, text 3, text 4, right? Now, let's remove this also, and I will say %s, and I'll say text. And here I will say, let me use /n. Okay, so it's more clean. Okay, so guys, can you see one thing? There is an alignment issue, right? After number 9, there is an alignment issue. Okay, it's shifting one bit because this is a 2-digit after 10, right? So what we can do is we can specify some number over here. Say between percentage and d, let's say I have specified %2d. Now see, so it's a, I'm saying 2 spaces, right? Here using a number between % and d, I can give spaces. So this is more clean in terms of formatting. Okay, if I say %5 and if I print, see, it's giving space. Same over here, if I say 5, see, so this is how you can play around with these things and how you can use /n, /t, %d, %f, %s, and then using formatting string between that particular % and d value. Okay, so I guess we are good with the string builder and string formatting. I think we should move ahead with our next topic. So we saw string builder, string format. Okay, so there was one more thing, guys. Just a small concept in string format. Let me cover this also. So you can use our normal println statement, right? Now, if I want to print name, so I can also use. So guys, there are a couple of methods of playing around with string, right? It's not like something is right or something is wrong. So yeah, it can be right. Some methods are more efficient in terms of memory and in terms of performance than others, but there are a couple of methods which we can learn. So now if I say string.format, okay, so again, here we have an option. So I will again say my name is, and I can say %s, and here it is expecting an argument. So I'll say name. Okay, now if I print this, so after all these things, again, it's printing my name is Ajay. Okay, this is issue because we have to use /n and all those things, but yeah, so you got this point, right? My name is Ajay. So you can use this view also, right? Using println, within that you can use string.format, or you can say system.out.printf, and then you can format these things, or you can use string builder. So there are a couple of ways, right? Or you can directly use this method. There are a lot of ways. You can use this type also. This is a number, right? But if you want to specify a number over here, then you can use %s. So there are a couple of ways which you can deal with. So we saw string builder, string format. Now